Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm doing another Q&A where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. Today, we have a lot of amazing questions to get into, so let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. All right, our first question today comes from Dan Dillon, who says, do you think there's a chance we could see QA beta updated next week? Absolutely. It could update literally an hour after this video comes out. It could update tomorrow on Tuesday. There really isn't a time that we need to look out for now. For the most part, Rockstar have gotten all of the DLC content out from the Super San Andreas Sports update. So there's nothing that would prevent them from making the QA beta update. For those of you that aren't caught up with what QA beta does, when this branch, which is a quality assurance branch, is updated, we're typically about 2 to 4 weeks away from a new DLC in online. So yeah, it could happen literally any time, but I do think there is a good chance that it could happen to, sometime this week, especially if we're looking for a July update, because again, that 2 to 4 week period would take us to the beginning to middle of July. So yeah, I'm hoping, and I think very soon, we will see that QA beta branch getting updated. Merrick SK says, do you think the next update will be a surprise, or will Rockstar drop some information, screenshots, and trailer before the DLC comes out? So I definitely believe this is going to be an update that gets information, screenshots, and a trailer before. I mean, just think about the other big DLCs we've had. For the most part, Gun Running, Smuggler's Run, the Doomsday Heist, all of them have had information and trailers before. Now, this isn't always the case. If we go back to 2016, you had the Bikers update, and you had Import-Export that really didn't get a lot of information before, and we didn't get a trailer until after the update came out. So there's no guarantee, but with an update of this size, hype, and magnitude, I can almost guarantee you that, yeah, Rockstar will be dropping some information, screenshots, and a trailer for this update. Toxic Play says, were you surprised Rockstar didn't make an appearance at E3? I was very surprised that they did not show up on Sony's press conference or another major press conference, on one of the days of E3. I mean, even the worst games that get announced at E3 still get a ton of press and publicity. And if Rockstar drops something Red Dead Redemption 2 related, or even if it was something completely unrelated to RDR2, that would have just been a bombshell. It would have made tons of waves and news of information. Now, I did hear that there was a super secret showing of Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if that's confirmed. I think it was for super duper industry high up people that were there. Again, I can't confirm that. That might have been true. It wouldn't shock me if Rockstar did something like that and they sort of kept it hush hush. But as far as anything that was shown to the public, yeah, I was really surprised they didn't take this opportunity to, do something at E3. But at the same rate, I'm also not surprised because it's Rockstar and they are so weird when it comes to communicating and doing things that share information on what they're working on. So I am surprised, but I'm also not surprised. Jeff Ellington says, do you think we will see a crossover celebrating Red Dead Redemption 2 with not only clothes and weapons, but mini vehicles? Example, this 1983 car. Yeah, believe it or not, there were some early car designs in the late 1800s. They weren't anything modern like we've seen today, but there were some car designs. And we know for a fact, because Rockstar have confirmed, that there is going to be another update with a Red Dead Redemption 2 treasure hunt. And I'm not sure what that item is going to be. I think the most logical thing is another weapon. Maybe a piece of clothing is the second most logical thing. But maybe, just maybe, we unearth a rare vehicle that somehow still works from over 200 years ago. Sounds a little bit far-fetched, and that's something that, in talking about a completely separate game, how is Rockstar going to do this with RDR2? Such a big part of Grand Theft Auto is the cars and customizing it. They're going to be losing out a lot of that in RDR2. So it'll definitely be very interesting to see how they handle that. But yeah, maybe something like that would be pretty cool. Bailey says, what are your thoughts on a quality of life update that completely overhauls the base Grand Theft Auto Online to fit the current ecosystem with all the updates that have been added? Would this be good for the health/future of Grand Theft Auto Online? Absolutely. I've been stating that a quality of life update is something that, Rockstar needs to do. In fact, I'm pretty sure some people would prefer a quality of life update to maybe something like a normal DLC that brings new content into the game. So yeah, I can think of like 10 things off the top of my head to do with businesses, properties, cars, buying items that could be improved with a quality of life update. So I think it would be a perfect fit, especially for sort of the end of online. I guess it would sort of be like a better late than never thing. B-Rod says, when do you think we'll be getting a sea update, if ever? Because we have land and air, but sea is the only one that remains missing. So I guess you could kind of say that for like every sort of update. Yes, a sea update would fit really, really well. But what about a police update? What about a Tuners and Outlaws style update? You could argue that that fits the game and is sort of the only one remaining. So it is kind of unfortunate that Rockstar has to move on to another game, because there are like almost endlessly good ideas for Grand Theft Auto Online. But as we know, we are sort of running out time-wise. Rockstar will move on to RDR2. They could always jump back to Grand Theft Auto Online, but I do think there's going to be a significant point in time where they do focus on RDR2. But yeah, sea update, police update, tuners update, all those are sort of missing DLCs that would be amazing. iTempsYT says, how do you think nightclubs will work? Example, be non-hostile like apartments, or be a hostile environment like the strip club. Please be non-hostile. Can you imagine just like a crew that rolls up with their sticky bombs and their grenades, and they just like start launching them in the nightclub, and it's like now the nightclub's closed and no one can enjoy it. Please be like an apartment where you have to be invited and your weapons are taken away. Not only does this make more sense for what like normal nightclubs would be like, I know Grand Theft Auto Online and real life aren't like the same thing. You're not supposed to compare them, but it would just make way more sense, and it would just encourage so much griefing. Please, Rockstar, do not screw that up. Shot says, considering the leak a while back that said the upcoming DLC took the content of 2 updates in one, what do you think we can expect for the new update, new cars, guns, properties, and how much should we save up? So I think this is the misconception regarding this update. I don't necessarily think it's going to be 2 themes. I think it is just going to be the content of 2 updates in one. So I think it's going to be like a ton of cars. I think since this is the last update before RDR2, there's going to be like 10 or 15 or 20 drip feed vehicles alone. So because they're drip feed vehicles, I don't think you're going to have to save up all that much. Now, if all of them were released at once, I think it would be the most expensive update ever. It'd be a ton of money, and it still might be the most expensive update ever. But because I think like 60 to 70% of those cars will be coming later weeks than later months, you'll have plenty of time and free money opportunities to save up so that you can basically afford them for a relatively easy amount, instead of like having to buy 15 or 20 on day one, which would obviously take millions and millions of dollars in order to do something like that. Seb Brom says, will Rockstar continue to do more events related to the World Cup, possibly more money or limited time items? I certainly think they will. They have confirmed that they're going to be doing like more limited time events, but I'm not sure if it's for the World Cup. The World Cup basically lasts for like another month or so. So I think there's plenty of opportunities there. And free money would be awesome. I wish they would do more with the World Cup, but free money is free money. It's great. I enjoy it, and I know a ton of other people do as well. Damien says, due to the massive success of Grand Theft Auto Online, do you think the next GTA game will be an online multiplayer with no solo mode, like the new Fallout game? And do you believe this is the direction most game developers will go in the future? Yes and no. I think that Fallout 76 is an outlier. I don't think this is something Bethesda is going to do completely going forward. Just like I don't think Rockstar is going to do online-only games going forward either. I think they know the success of online, but they know how much people enjoy a single-player experience. So I would fully expect them to do that going forward in the future. I don't think they're going to fully jump ship and just only focus on Grand Theft Auto Online. And the final question we're going to be looking at today comes from Silkiest Cargo. By far, I think the best username today. Do you think they could move the Dinka Jester Classic to a different update rather than release it in this current update? Yes, and that's exactly what I think they're going to do. The Dinka Jester Classic is a disaster. It's filled with bugs. It's a disappointment. So yeah, I think Rockstar is going to re-release this vehicle, and I think they are going to make it what it should have been, which is a better version of the Toyota Supra, more customization, less bugs, etc. And yeah, I think that we're just going to see it come out in another DLC instead of this one. But anyways, that's all the questions I'm going to be answering for you guys in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully you did enjoy. As always, if you want to be featured in the next Q&A video, all you got to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and just be sure to use that hashtag AskBoss, and you might find yourself featured in the next one. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.